Good afternoon, another sunny Friday afternoon down at the allotment for a quick video about onions. I've been away for a few days and have come back and noticed quite a change in some of the onions, particularly the garlic actually, so in our alliums. They've been looking really good throughout the winter. We've got red onions and white onions which have overwintered. We've got garlic which is overwintered. We have some spring onions that have overwintered, and we have shallots that have overwintered. They've been doing really well. And then I noticed a couple of videos ago, one or two of the red onions had started going to seed. And I took the spike off, obviously, because that's what you do. And then I've noticed this morning, having a good look at the plot and the onions on the plot, that our garlic are going to seed, our spring onions have gone to seed, our shallots are going to seed, and a few more of the onions are going to seed. So I'm wondering what you do. Do you take the flower buds off and do you use them for cooking? Or do you just let them be? I'm sure if you let them be, they won't do any good to the bulb. So the onion or garlic, I'm sure, will lose strength and lose pungency and may even be useless. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. But let me just go down to the lower plot here and I can show you the red onions that are starting to go to seed, and then we'll come back up here. So I'm down on the lower plot, and as you can see, hopefully, here is one of the red onions that's going to seed. Now, just looking at the other onions here, I'll just zoom out and then lift it up. There is another one here. There is another one, where is it? Here. There's another one over here as well. So in these red onions, there's about maybe 5 or 6 that are going to seed, and there's 2 that have already started flowering. So they've bolted. They're going to seed, so they bolted. They're going to flower and then go to seed. Interestingly, we then move to the white onions over here, and we don't have any that I can see that are going to seed, though these are much younger. We'll just go to the other plot. These are our spring onions, and as you can see, 2 have bolted, and this one just at the lower here bolted last week. So again, these are going to seed. So this is our spring onions that have overwintered. If we then come over, sorry about that, to the garlic, virtually every one of the garlic is going to seed. You can see there's another one here, but there's quite a few. If I move over here, this one here, you can see that going to seed just in there. Then the one next to it, and this one here. You can see there's this is the stalk that is coming up. This here is actually going to turn into a flower, and then that will go to seed. So we have it on all of the ones along this length. What you'll also notice, if I look down here, and you see here, there's also rust on these. There's a tiny bit of rust about a week ago, and now there's rust on each of them. So Some people say cut the leaves off with rust, and some people say just leave it. What do you think? Then let's move over to the shallots. Now there is a lot of grass here, you will see. That's because we have slow worms in here. They love this area. So we do this bit by hand because they're under here, under this bush, under this hebe they love. Anyway, again, let's move that. And you can see again that here, and if we come over here, here, you see these here, here. All of these are bolting, so these are going to seed. So I'm not sure whether to just use these as sort of early onions. I think I most probably will. But I think the others, I'll just have to take the scapes out and we'll use those in a omelette most probably, because you can cook with them. And hopefully taking the seed out, taking the flower out and the flower stalk out of these will mean that they'll be okay for another 4 weeks. So there we are. You can see that clearly we have a bit of an onion issue. Mostly something to do with the weather. When it has been wet recently, we've had a bit of deluge. When it's been dry, the periods have been rather prolonged. Obviously, we've had several periods of extreme cold, which have been rather unexpected. So maybe, well, I'm sure all of that has affected the growth of the garlic, of the red onions in particular, of the spring onions and of the shallots. But I have to say I'm quite surprised that all of them have just started going to bolting and going to seed literally within about a week of each other. But I suppose that's what happens. Anyway, what do you do? Do you just take them out? Do you throw them away? Do you use them to the scapes of the garlic to cook? And should I cut the rust leaves off or should I leave them on? Another plot holder has just said to me, just leave them on. So what do you think? Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll be doing a plot tour over the weekend because there's a lot going on, and I'll see you then. Hopefully it will be as sunny, but sort of a bit less bright. Anyway, thanks for watching and please do subscribe. Bye.